What's going on, everyone? So now that we are officially done with last year, I wanted to kind of talk about last year with the Lakers because it really was quite the roller coaster ride, right? And obviously, like what I'm looking for and going into this off season, right? Just a conversational video. It's kind of kind of flush out. Probably not going to have some major structure, just kind of flush out the thoughts in my head. And then, of course, I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions down in the comments. But jumping right into it, right? Obviously, last year, there was a lot of question marks. And, obviously, the expectation that is the expectation every year of Lakers need to win an NBA championship, right? But you look at the previous year, you basically have the same team. It's kind of like, play-in team multiple years with that new coach, JJ Redick, right? Which I was big on JJ Redick. I was huge on JJ Redick, right? I was talking about JJ Redick before it was even a thing when when there was talks about him potentially interviewing with Charlotte. I was like, wait a minute, he wants to be a coach? That's somebody you should look at, right? And so I was really high on JJ. And JJ had an excellent season. Was he perfect? No. Did he make mistakes? Yes, particularly in the playoffs, right? But you expected that. You expected that he was not going to be perfect, but the team itself was imperfect. The likelihood of the Lakers winning the championship regardless, even if he was the best coach in the league, which he did an excellent job. Again, they were the 3 seed with this. In many ways, he took the same team we've had the last few seasons and was a winning team, winning record, fighting and competing in the Western Conference, looking like they weren't going to be a play-in team, to a team that was missing Anthony Davis for stints and LeBron for stints. I mean, JJ Redick went through like 4 different iterations of this Lakers team, right? And that was before the Luka trade, right? We'll touch on that here in a moment. But going in, it was like, man, Lakers have a lot of work. They need to do a lot of things. And we're still in that spot in a lot of ways, but I'm much more confident and comfortable because you got Luka, right? I love Anthony Davis. I wish he was still on the team. But if we're being honest, there were genuine questions about Anthony Davis. His inconsistencies at times, right? His inability to be the guy. And he was getting older. And then there's always the injury concerns and all those other things, right? And LeBron getting older. And what is LeBron going to look like? And, having LeBron have to be your best player, like that's not. Well, now you got Luka. Right now, you don't have to worry about LeBron being your best player every night. Now, what does this look like with LeBron as your second option? I mean, LeBron's LeBron. He's never really going to be your truly second option. At any point, if he wants the ball, guess what? He's getting the ball. But I do believe he will kind of take that backseat. We already saw him do it, and he wanted to do it with Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis never took the reins. Luka's going to have no problem taking the reins, trust me. Right? So I think that will go a long way in helping LeBron and kind of helping him stay healthy and be healthier because he's not going to have to overexert himself and just single-handedly win us games regularly. There'll still be the moments where, hey, LeBron, we need you to put the cape on, we need you to get back to the heroic, like we need you to put us on your back. There's going to be moments like that. You need it. Right? Just like, when Dallas with Luka and Kyrie, there were moments where they needed Kyrie Irving. It happens. Over an 82-game season, you're going to have nights where you're going to need it. Or Luka gets the night off. It's like, hey, LeBron, we need you tonight. Right? Like, it's part of the gig, right? But you look at last season, and it was like, you saw the confidence building, right? With Laker fans and whatnot, and, right in the mix. And then, it was like, okay, what does this team look like if we get a real center? Slot alongside Anthony Davis. Can we get, 1 or 2, 3 defensive, versatile 3-and-D wings? And then you go get Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's like, oh, here we go. And he immediately becomes our best plus-minus guy. And it wasn't a coincidence. Right? It's because it's just like we desperately needed a guy like that, right? And the hustle and the dirty work and the hustle plays and all that stuff. And it was like, okay, what's the next move? What are the next plays? And then out of just complete left field, right? Like Lakers land Luka. And I mean, it still sounds fake, right? Like, we've already watched him play, half the season and an entire playoff series, and it still seems like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and Luka is not gonna be a Laker, right? Like it's just it's still absolutely crazy to me. But you got him, right? And he was dealing with some injury issues, some weight issues, all kinds of stuff, right? So as soon as that happened, it was like, look, Lakers, realistically speaking, were probably, I mean, I talked about it all season. You know, Tyler, do you think Lakers win the championship? Like, is it possible? Sure. But I wouldn't bet on it. Right. And I did think that LeBron and AD, depending on what the moves the Lakers made, would have potentially, like, the what if. What if the Lakers didn't trade for Luka and they did go make some other moves, right? What does the Lakers look like if they were to still go get a Mark Williams to slot alongside Anthony Davis, and then maybe instead of going and get Luka, maybe go get another, maybe you do go trade for like a Bruce Brown or something like that. What does this team look like with, Austin Reeves, Bruce Brown, Dorian, or I guess LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and a Mark Williams, with like a Dorian Finney-Smith off the bench and, all these other things, right? Like, what does that look like? Maybe at that point, maybe the Lakers are a true contender. Maybe you're looking at it. What do the Lakers look like if Mark Williams stays? Right? A center alone would do wonders for this team. Wonders. Again, I'm not saying that they would have won the championship or anything, but that Minnesota series would have been very different if you had Mark Williams or any center for that matter. They would have went and traded for a Clint Capella. That series would have been very different. Same thing with this offseason. The Lakers just adding, I want them to do more than just a center, but just adding a center alone would do wonders for this team. Adding a backup center would do wonders for this, like a true backup center with the starter, do wonders for this team. And if you start adding some other, all of a sudden you look up and it's like, oh wow, the Lakers might actually be a real basketball team. So again, there's a lot of things that go into it, but the expectation every year, again, is to win an NBA championship. And I did think having LeBron and Luka, we had a better chance of winning an NBA championship than the previous regime with Anthony Davis, assuming the Lakers didn't do anything else. Again, what does it look like if they make, 2 or 3 other moves because you didn't get Luka? Now, that version might have been better. But, again, I didn't want to play Minnesota. It was unfortunate. You don't want to go out in the first round. It sucks. But, personally, I would have rather that than kind of get the false hope, right? You make the conference finals and then you get ran through in the conference. It's just like, although I do think if the Lakers got through Minnesota, I do think there's a real chance that they made the NBA finals because I think that they match up excellent against a Warriors team. And I think that they match up excellent against an OKC team, right? So I think that there is a very good chance. Minnesota was the one team I didn't want to play. I mean, I was very adamant about it. I was like, I don't want to play Minnesota. If we have to play them later, like in the conference finals, then so be it. But I do not want to play them in the first round. Unfortunately, we ended up playing them in the first round and went home. And, now we got a new season, new year, right? Full offseason, full training camp, Luka, LeBron. Better coaching. I'm excited. I am. A lot of work to do. Lakers have a lot of work to do. But I'm excited to see how this goes. But anyway, what were your thoughts of last offseason? Kind of just wanted to recap, kind of flush out. I am genuinely excited and incredibly optimistic about next year. Because again, you got a Luka. There was real questions previous to that. And I think you solved most of them when you went and got Luka. But anyway, again, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. We enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.